Joining us now to talk about Kissinger's legacy and his continued influence on American policy even today is presidential historian and author Douglas Brinkley. Professor Brinkley, thank you very much for being here. I want to get to how Kissinger continues to influence both the terms and the strategy of American foreign policy right now up to this minute, but also first address this dual legacy, hated by some, celebrated by others, and sometimes for the very same action around the same instant. Could you explain these two sides to Henry Kissinger's legacy?
Well, absolutely. And we all want to send our condolences to his wife, Nancy, and to his two children. They're obviously mourning. Look, Henry Kissinger, he has more enemies than you can count. It comes out of the academic left. Many people blamed him for the continuation of the war in Vietnam and the expanding of the war into the Cambodia and Laos. The anti-war campuses were filled with anti-Kissinger rhetoric. Add to that the fact that Kissinger had a bad anti-democratic record in dealing with countries like Chile. Writers like Christopher Hitchens would, put Kissinger on trial. On the other hand, you can't study diplomacy in the United States without grappling with Henry Kissinger. He invented the modern concept of realism, or with a hyper-pragmatism, if you'd like, in foreign affairs, realpolitik, as it was called. He was a great believer in superpowers, that the United States had to be the most powerful country in the world. And he invented terms we just use, like shuttle diplomacy, like we need somebody now to do shuttle diplomacy and what's going on in Israel and Gaza. It's Henry Kissinger who really orchestrated the biggest breakthrough imaginable, going to China with Nixon in 1972 and opening up relations between the two countries. And in, the Yom Kippur War, Kissinger's the one really getting a peace settlement out of it. He won a Nobel Prize. So it's a duality to Henry Kissinger.
There was a duality, Douglas, and I know we've all heard about the professional side, but I'm curious about the personal side. Before he married Nancy, he was considered quite the ladies' man back in the day, and I was always very fascinated by that. Can you talk about that side of Henry Kissinger?
Absolutely. He became a pop sensation. He loved to flirt with pretty women at cocktail parties. He had that Teutonic accent, where he just would say hello, and people would be in rapture by him. There became, rumors that he was seeing Hollywood starlets and the like. Magazines would put him on as Super K, almost like a Superman-like figure. And so he cut quite a large swath of our culture in the 1970s.
Yeah, he called himself a secret swinger, and that power was, quote, the ultimate aphrodisiac.
Yes. Hello, Douglas. Is that what you have to say? Just say hello. Thank you, Douglas Brinkley.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.